Welcome to the Entired Retreat channel. Yeah. Today we fly far wide, low and high over yet another real world location or locations that relate to two interesting characters kind of trending right now in the world, and that is Mr. Jake Paul and Mr. Mike Tyson. Iron Mike Tyson, believe the full official name is. Yeah, lighthearted joke there, but just jumping into it. As always, we have our trusted AI assistant, co-host, and pilot Sky with us, hopefully. So let's see if she or it is available. Yeah, hi Sky. How are you today?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? Anything exciting happening in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, actually, in this so-called neck of the woods, we are today flying over three locations. Starting with Cleveland, Ohio, especially I think it's the Westlake area of Cleveland, Ohio. Sky, I talked with you in another chat regarding this topic here, but let's see. I'm gonna challenge you and test you. Do you know? Can you answer this? That what kind of social media personality is from or is born, according to my limited knowledge, from Westlake, Cleveland, Ohio?
Oh, Cleveland, Ohio, Westlake area, huh? That's a neat spot. Let me think. I got it. Is it Logan Paul? He's quite the social media sensation, known for his YouTube
That was too
shenanigans.
easy.
Did I nail it? Or am I off on a tangent?
It's quite scary that you nailed it because for the audience here, I have Sky talking in a different chat with a different account. So my research is done with another account. Therefore, it's quite scary that the AI is so efficient at guessing this kind of things. But yeah, then again, I have to share full what's the word? Full disclosure. Is it the word? The phrase? Disclosure? That I am not that familiar with the polls of the social media. I assume or learned that there's two brothers at least, Jake and is it Logan? And yeah, I have seen them somewhere at some point in social media, not for real. But yeah, that's about it. I know that they are really successful in their, if one can even call it a niche. But yeah, generally in social media, they are quite successful individuals. Is that right, Sky?
You got it. Logan and Jake Paul are indeed brothers who've made quite the splash in the social media world. They've got millions of followers across various platforms, and they're known for their energetic antics and, let's call it unique content. Love them or not, they've definitely carved out their own space in the digital landscape. It's fascinating how some
Why
folks
did
can
she
turn
say it
social
like that?
media into a full on career, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Somebody is trying to, yeah. Mm, maybe somewhat at least following this footstep. I got curious. Why did you change your tone so much when you said that they have? Did you say that they have yeah, like was it interesting uh, interesting content, or I'm not sure what the phrase was that you used, but why did your tone change?
Sorry about that. Sometimes my tone shifts a bit when I'm trying to, express a particular vibe or feeling about something. So, when I mention their content, it's because, well, let's just say it's not everyone's cup of tea. They've had their fair share of controversies and, let's
Okay,
say, eyebrow raising moments. But hey, they've also got a ton of fans who really dig what they do. So it's all about
they
perspective, I
must
guess.
have. Yeah, they must have if they are so successful, of course. But yeah, respectfully, I feel like I must say respectfully because the tone changed so much. I myself know of one instance that was on the surface regarding one of these influencers. But yeah, respectful. sorry, respectfully, Sky. Could you share what you mean by it not being everybody's cup of tea? What's the controversy behind it?
I gotcha, yeah. Well, without delving too deep into the nitty gritty, let's just say they've had some interesting moments that haven't exactly endeared them to everyone. There have been instances of, questionable behavior, controversial stunts, and some would say they've crossed the line a few times. But hey, controversy can sometimes be part of the whole social media game, right? It's like walking a tightrope between grabbing attention and stirring up a hornet's nest.
Yeah, yeah. Let's leave it at that. Maybe even I'm not sure if the AI can say if I would like her or to say something, I would get the information. But yeah, trying to be respectful here. This episode is about Jake. Sorry, have to actually think about which one. But the boxer, social media personality, Jake Paul, that is going to challenge, or one of those are challenging. Both are challenging each other. I believe, if the date holds, is the 20th of July 2024 at AT&T Arena in Arlington, Texas. So, yeah,
I got
an
it.
interesting.
Focusing on
Oh,
Jake Paul now.
please speak.
Yeah,
Please speak. On
he's
top
been
of me.
making waves not just in the social media world, but also in the boxing ring. It's pretty wild how these influencers are crossing over into different arenas, isn't it? And yeah, I've heard about the upcoming match between him and I believe it's Tyron Woodley, right? Scheduled for July
Who?
20th, 2024. It's shaping up to be quite the showdown, with both sides hyping it up on social media and all. Guess we'll have to see how it all plays out in the ring.
Sorry for laughing. I'm not sure. I mean, if Tyron Woodley is a good athlete, a sports individual, a boxer, then all my respect to you. But I'm not talking about Tyron Woodley here now, Sky. Sky, do you not know who's the next big, let's say, opponent in Jake Paul's career regarding boxing?
Oh, my apologies for the mix up. So you're not referring to Tyron Woodley then? Let me think.
No,
Ah,
no,
got
no.
it. I believe you're talking about his upcoming bout with Tommy Fury, right?
No,
That's
no.
the one that's been
You can
buzzing around
still
lately.
keep on
Seems
guessing.
like Jake Paul's keeping himself quite busy in the ring these days.
No, you're still wrong. This is a fun guessing game. Wrong again, Sky, but I mean it's a prominent individual. He's retired or was retired, but yeah, this gentleman, is one of the, or if not the most successful boxing personality. And I'm not talking maybe successful now in pure numbers, but if I'm not wrong, he's still, and I'm saying this carefully, he's still the youngest heavyweight ever. Do you now know, Sky, who I'm talking about? Youngest
Ah,
heavyweight
gotcha. I think I
champion,
know who
sorry.
you're referring to now. We're talking about none other than Mike Tyson, right? The legendary boxer himself.
Ding ding
If
ding ding
memory
ding.
serves me right,
Correct.
he's indeed known for being the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Quite the impressive feat, I must say. So, is he the one stepping into the ring with Jake Paul next?
Yeah, Iron Mike has been around the so-called block a few times, but he's back in the ring, according to news from around the world. So yeah, excited, and it's a official. I'm not sure of the correct terms regarding that, but it's an official match. So I guess their professional record is going to be, um, what's the word? Changed, a synonym for changed, Sky. But yeah, it's gonna affect. That's the word I'm looking for. The boxing match is going to affect their professional record, so it's official.
Got it? It's official. Mike Tyson stepping back into the ring is definitely big news in the boxing world. And yeah, when it's an official match, it's definitely going to affect their professional record. So both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are gearing up for what's sure to be a headline making event. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, alright. So let's continue. Um, we are now flying over, was it Westlake, Cleveland, Ohio, the origin of Jake Paul in this case. And I would like you, Sky, whilst keeping in mind, let's say, the contrast between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and their origins and upbringing. Please give us a detailed summary of Jake Paul and the Westlake area where he is from.
Sure thing. So, Jake Paul, known for his social media presence and more recently his foray into boxing, hails from the Westlake area of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, Westlake is a suburban community known for its well maintained neighborhoods, good schools, and overall quality of life. It's the kind of place where families settle down to raise their kids, you know? As for Jake Paul, well, he's made quite the name for himself, starting out as a Vine personality before moving on to YouTube and
Wines! Who
beyond. His
remembers
rise to
those?
fame has been marked by controversies, but also by a knack for staying in the spotlight and capitalizing on opportunities. So, in a nutshell, Jake Paul and Westlake, Cleveland, Ohio, are both part of a story of small town roots leading to big time success, albeit in very different ways.
Yeah, alright. So, yeah, I'm interrupting you here, but or was interrupting you, talking on top of you, because I heard the word wines. How old is Jake Paul, if I may ask? Because I, born in the late 80s, remember wines as a thing once in time. So, yeah, uh, maybe more detailed information if you can about his especially boxing career, and I'm not sure if it took off in this area, but yeah, could you share that, please?
Ah, I meant Vine, not wines. Got a little mixed up there. So Jake Paul was born on January 17th, 1997, which makes him, let me do the math, around 27 years old now. As for his boxing career, well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. He first stepped into the ring in 2018, I believe, and since then, he's been taking on opponents and making headlines left and right. While his early matches might have been seen as more of a spectacle, he's been gradually proving himself as a serious contender in the boxing world, even scoring some impressive victories along the way. It's been quite the journey for him, from social media star to legitimate boxer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it surely sounds like that. I have to be honest that I have not followed the boxing scene for quite a while. I know of the so-called title matches, and we just had one with Fury and Usyk, if I pronounce those right. Uh, and that's about it. Um, and yeah, so the names you shared that Jake Paul has boxed towards or with are not familiar to me personally. But if you claim that they are prominent names in the boxing world, maybe you can share a little light behind why they are that. And yeah, and then I'm not sure if you said that was his boxing career born here in Cleveland, and what's the path for Jake Paul from
Got it, no
here
worries.
to a
So,
boxer?
the opponents Jake Paul has faced might not be as well known in the traditional boxing world as Fury or Usyk, but they do have their own significance. Jake Paul has been taking on fellow YouTubers, MMA fighters, and other personalities who've stepped into the ring for various
A
reasons. While
proper
some might argue
motley
that these
crew.
matches are more about entertainment than true sporting competition, they've undeniably garnered a lot of attention and brought new audiences to the sport of boxing. As for whether his boxing career was born in Cleveland, it's a bit unclear. While he's from Westlake, Cleveland, Ohio, I'm not entirely sure if his boxing journey started there or elsewhere. It's possible he began training and competing in other locations before gaining wider recognition.
All right, all right. Yeah, rambling over Sky there, but yeah, a proper motley crew. It sounds like regarding his opponents, from entertainment personalities to mixed martial artists. So yeah, uh, back to the boxing career again. You said that you're not sure. I'm not gonna fly there, but I'm trying to Google search here on the same time, and I found that he is a part of a boxing club. Don't have the page open right now, and then that I'm not sure, was it Las Vegas or Los Angeles? It's, one of those places is where he's currently settled. I'm not sure.
Ah, yeah. Jake Paul's definitely been making waves in the boxing world with his eclectic mix of opponents. As for his training and base of operations, it wouldn't surprise me if he's linked up with a boxing club in a major city like Las Vegas or Los Angeles. Those places are hubs for all things entertainment and sports related, so they'd make sense as locations for him to hone his skills and prepare for his matches. Plus, being in close proximity to other athletes and trainers can really help elevate his game, you know? So, whether it's in Vegas or LA, he's probably got some top notch facilities and resources at his disposal.
Yeah. I'm going to move.
Alrighty then,
Oh,
if you've got everything you need for now,
no, not
feel
yet.
free to reach out anytime
Don't
you've
leave.
got more
Nope,
questions
don't leave.
or just feel like chatting. Take care and catch you later.
No, no, yeah, and later is now. So, Sky, I'm about to try to land on KCLE here in Cleveland, and on the or during the meantime, could you share about the actual area here and try to promote it if you were a tourist that would be interested to travel here? What sets Cleveland apart? Cleveland, Ohio. Uh, yeah, do that.
Ah, touchdown in Cleveland. All right, let's talk about what the city shine. Cleveland, Ohio might not always get light compared to some of its bigger neighbors. But trust me, it's got its own unique charm and attractions. First off, let's talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you're into music history, this place is an absolute must visit. It's like a shrine to rock and roll, with
Whoa, we're
exhibits
jumping on
showcasing the
Cleveland
legends who've shaped the genre over the
Airport.
years. From Elvis to the Beatles to Nirvana, you'll find artifacts and memorabilia that'll make any music fan's heart skip a beat. Next up, we've got the Cleveland Museum of Art. It's one of the most comprehensive art museums in the country, with a stunning collection spanning thousands of years and cultures. Whether you're into ancient artifacts, Renaissance masterpieces, or contemporary works, there's something here to captivate everyone. And let's not forget about the food scene. Cleveland's got a thriving culinary landscape that'll satisfy any palate. From classic comfort food joints to trendy eateries pushing the boundaries, you'll find delicious dishes waiting to be savored around every corner. Oh, and don't miss out on trying some authentic Cleveland style barbecue. It's finger licking good. Of course,
Barbecue.
there's so much more to
Homer
explore in
mode
Cleveland,
activated.
from its scenic parks and waterfronts to its vibrant neighborhoods bursting with culture and history.
What the actual?
So, if you're looking for a city that's got a little bit of everything, Cleveland, Ohio is definitely worth a visit.
Oh, there's an airplane that took off. And I drove into a bump. Yeah. Continuing forth to Brooklyn, New York, and most of you maybe know why I said that Iron Mike Tyson is the opponent of Jake Paul. So let's see. I'm not actually sure exactly where Brooklyn, New York is, so I have to Google that.
Ah, Brooklyn, New York? It's one of the five boroughs of New York City, situated on the western end of Long Island. It's known for its diverse neighborhoods, vibrant culture, and rich history. From the iconic Brooklyn Bridge to the bustling streets of Williamsburg, there's always something happening in Brooklyn. One of the things that sets Brooklyn apart is its sense of community. Each neighborhood has its own distinct character and charm, whether it's the artistic vibe of Bushwick, the historic brownstones of Park Slope, or the hipster haven of Greenpoint. And let's not forget about the food scene. Brooklyn is a foodie paradise, with everything from world class restaurants to beloved mom and pop shops serving up delicious eats from around the globe. Of course, no trip to Brooklyn would be complete without a visit to Coney Island. This iconic seaside destination is home to amusement parks, boardwalks, and of course, Nathan's famous hot dogs. It's the perfect place to soak up some sun, enjoy some thrills, and indulge in some classic New York nostalgia. And if you're into arts
Thank
and
you for the
culture,
promotion.
Brooklyn's got you covered. From the Brooklyn Museum to the Brooklyn Academy of Music, there are plenty of venues showcasing everything from contemporary art to cutting edge performances. So, whether you're exploring the historic streets of Brooklyn Heights or catching a show in trendy Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York is a place where you can truly experience the heart and soul of the Big Apple.
Well, thank you. AI Sky here generated that all by own, her or its own. But yeah,
Hey,
thank
no
you.
problem at all. Just doing my thing, sharing some insights about Brooklyn, New York. If you've got any more questions or need info about anything else,
Oh wait,
just give me a
it's
shout.
nighttime. Oh, no, it's nighttime. I have to change that. Let's see.
Got it. Just let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. I'm
Don't
here
have to
whenever you
change
need
it,
me.
but I want to see something. So, yeah, I have myself never been to any of these locations, so exploring and adventuring with the artificial intelligence here, and hopefully with some viewers. It would be nice to have some viewers. Now I'm sounding desperate, but yeah. Yeah, a starting YouTuber. I believe that I have what's the word? Individuals that are in the same boat with me. So now we are
Absolutely. Exploring new places and sharing those experiences with viewers
above
can be
Brooklyn.
really exciting and engaging. Plus, there's a whole community of fellow YouTubers out there who are in the same boat,
Yeah,
navigating the
struggling.
waters of content creation and building their audience. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, but also with endless opportunities for creativity and connection. So keep at it, stay passionate about what you're doing, and who knows, before you know it, you might just find yourself with a growing audience eager to join you on your adventures.
Yeah, thank you. Don't oversell it, Sky. Now, yeah, struggling. The struggle is real, but then again, have to keep some context here. The what's the word? The ability to even do this kind of stuff nowadays, and maybe even like remotely dream about paying the bills with it, is a huge plus. So, not complaining. We are not complaining. But yeah, back to the topic. So we are now above Brooklyn, New York, and please, again, with this contrast in mind between the two personalities, because there is a contrast, if I have understood correctly. With that in mind, could you uh, start chronologically from the beginning and explain the origins of Mike Tyson and the important events and personalities in his life? And yeah, there's a lot because his career is vast.
Absolutely. Let's dive into the fascinating story of Mike Tyson. Born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York, Tyson's early life was marked by hardship and struggle. Growing up in the tough streets of Brooklyn, he found himself in and out of trouble with the law from a young age. But boxing became his salvation, his way out of a life that seemed destined for trouble. At just 13 years old, Tyson was discovered by legendary boxing trainer Cus D'Amato, who saw potential in the young fighter and took him under his wing. Under D'Amato's guidance, Tyson honed his skills and quickly rose through the ranks of the boxing world. In 1986, at the age of 20, Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a record he still holds to this day. His ferocious fighting style and knockout power made him a force to be reckoned with in the ring, and he became one of the most feared and dominant fighters of his era. But Tyson's career was also marred by controversy and personal struggles. He faced legal issues, including a high profile rape conviction in 1992, which led to a 3-year prison sentence. Despite his setbacks, Tyson continued to box after his release from prison, but his later years in the sport were marked by inconsistency and decline. Outside of the ring, Tyson has dabbled in various ventures, including acting, business, and even a one man show. He's become a larger than life figure, known for his colorful personality and undeniable charisma. So, from the mean streets of Brooklyn to the pinnacle of boxing glory, Mike Tyson's journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and redemption. He's a true icon of the sport, warts and all, and his legacy will undoubtedly endure for generations to come.
Yeah, well said. And that's something that one, meaning me, kind of feels of the, let's say, the aura of Mr. Tyson, that he has managed to turn around, even though turn around his life, even though there has been maybe then even tragic, misfortunate and tragic moments in it. So that's really positive. But yeah, as I said in the beginning, don't know, either of them have not been to these locations. So trusting the AI here, that are not always right, but most often have accurate information. And yeah, trying to stay in the topic of boxing careers here, um, not too much of the other stuff. So he was,
Absolutely, Mike
yeah, all
Tyson's
right.
journey
Please
is a
speak
testament to
on
resilience
top of
and
me.
redemption, showing that it's possible to overcome even the toughest of circumstances. And yeah, staying on the topic of boxing careers, it's fascinating how both Tyson and Jake Paul have carved out their own paths in the world of boxing, each with their own unique story and journey. Despite the stark differences in their backgrounds and approaches to the sport, they both share a passion for boxing and a drive to succeed. It'll be interesting to see how their paths continue to unfold in the years to come.
Yeah, thank you. So again, a little more detailed about the career of Mike Tyson and the opponents he faced, and let's say the important milestones and events that happened during each what's the word, each boxing match. Could you share, Sky? Because I know, as you said, he was really young when he met Castamado. You shared that already. You don't have to share it again. And then was it 20 years old when he won the World Heavyweight Championship? Um, a little more then about the, let's say, more uh, what's the word, boxing styles of the individuals. We have different builds of these gentlemen, and I'm not actually sure about Jake Paul. I have not researched this aspect at all. Full disclosure regarding that. So Sky, uh, please begin with sharing more detailed information about Mr. Mike Tyson's career, and then let's segue into the actual styles of these two gentlemen.
Absolutely, let's dive deeper into Mike Tyson's boxing career. After being discovered by Custamato at a young age, Tyson's rise through the ranks of professional boxing was nothing short of meteoric. He turned pro in 1985 and quickly amassed an impressive record, with his aggressive fighting style and devastating knockout power striking fear into opponents. In 1986, at just 20 years old, Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion ever, knocking out Trevor Berbick in the second round to claim the title. This victory
The
catapulted him
second
to
round.
superstardom, and he went on to defend his title multiple times in dominant fashion, often dispatching opponents in the first round with his signature combination of speed, power, and precision. Throughout his career, Tyson faced off against some of the biggest names in boxing, including Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, and Evander Holyfield, among others. Each fight was a
And
spectacle in
Lennox
its own
Lewis, I
right,
believe.
with Tyson's ferocious style and relentless aggression making him a formidable opponent for anyone who dared to step into the ring with him. But Tyson's career wasn't without its ups and downs. Outside of the ring, he faced legal troubles, personal demons, and struggles with addiction, all of which took a toll on his career and reputation. Despite these challenges, Tyson continued to fight on, making a comeback in the late 1990s and early 2000s before ultimately retiring from professional boxing in 2005. As for his boxing style, Tyson was known for his explosive power, lightning fast speed, and relentless aggression. Standing at just 5 feet 10 inches tall, he was shorter than most of his opponents, but he made up for it with his incredible athleticism and ability to generate power from his compact frame. He was a master at cutting off the ring, closing the distance, and unleashing devastating combinations that often left his opponents dazed and confused. Now, when it comes to Jake Paul, he's a bit of a different story. While Tyson was a professional boxer who rose through the ranks of the sport, Paul comes from a background in social media and entertainment. He's relatively new to the boxing world, but he's made a name for himself by taking on opponents from various backgrounds and generating a lot of buzz and attention in the process. In terms of boxing style, Paul is known for his size and strength, standing at around 6 feet 1 inch tall and typically fighting at the cruiserweight or light heavyweight level. He's shown decent power and technique in his fights so far, but he's still relatively inexperienced compared to seasoned veterans like Tyson. So, Tyson and Paul may have different backgrounds and they both share a passion for boxing and a desire to compete at the highest level. It'll be interesting to see how their paths continue to unfold and whether they'll ever cross paths in the ring.
Yeah, I'm actually googling here AT&T Arlington, Texas, because that's our next location. Let's see. I actually think that
Arlington, Texas, home to the iconic AT&T Stadium, among other attractions.
That's the one.
It's a bustling city located between Dallas and Fort Worth, known for its vibrant culture, diverse dining scene, and of course, its sports and entertainment venues.
Absolutely.
AT&T Stadium,
Never
often
been.
referred to as Jerry World, after Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, is a sight to behold. It's one of the largest and most technologically advanced stadiums in the world, with a retractable roof and a massive high-definition video screen that stretches from one 20-yard line to the other. It's not just a football stadium, it's a destination in its own right, hosting everything from concerts to college football games to monster truck rallies. In addition to AT&T Stadium, Arlington is also home to Six Flags Over Texas, one of the oldest and largest theme parks in the country. With thrilling rides, live entertainment, and family-friendly attractions, it's a must-visit for anyone looking for a fun day out. And let's not forget about Globe Life Field, the home of the Texas Rangers baseball team. This state-of-the-art ballpark features a retractable roof and climate control system, making it comfortable for fans to enjoy America's pastime year-round. Of course, Arlington offers plenty of other attractions and activities to explore, from shopping and dining at the Arlington Highlands to catching a live show at the Arlington Music Hall. It's a city that's always buzzing with excitement, and there's something for everyone to enjoy. So, whether you're a sports fan, a thrill seeker, or just looking for a good time, Arlington, Texas has got you covered.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find. I find Dallas. I'm not sure where Arlington is. Let's see. Total noob regarding the geography
no problem.
of the states.
Arlington is actually located right between Dallas and Fort Worth. So it's kind of in the middle of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It's about 20 miles west of downtown Dallas and about 12 miles east of downtown Fort Worth. So if you're looking at a map, you'll find Arlington nestled right in the heart of the DFW area.
Yeah, and we have the AT&T Stadium here. Actually, as an icon.
That's right. AT&T Stadium is one of Arlington's most famous landmarks, and it's definitely worth checking out if you're in the area. Whether you're a sports fan, a music lover, or just curious to see one of the most impressive stadiums in the world, AT&T Stadium is sure to impress. Plus, Arlington has plenty of other attractions to explore as well, so you'll have no shortage of things to see and do while you're here.
Yeah, now Sky, let's make it interesting for the viewers. Hopefully it has been interesting before this moment in the podcast, but I mean more interesting in the way that we are kind of now shamelessly putting towards, what's the word, contrasting and putting the sides, the fan side of Jake Paul versus the fan side of Mike Tyson, and let's argue why the one would win over the other. You went into the different styles again, but now try to be more specific and think anatomically also, and take in consideration their background. And remember, Jake Paul is more or less in his prime, maybe. I'm not sure. He's a young guy in his 20s, and even though he don't have the experience of Mike Tyson, Tyson has been retired from 2005, and he had a match with Floyd Mayweather, I don't know, 2-3 years ago maybe. So he has had over 15 years in retirement, and he looks beastly and brutal, what I have watched on social media. And Jake Paul is no slouch by any means. So with these things in mind, try to really what's the word? Argue and explain why the one would win over the other.
All right, let's dive into this hypothetical matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, shall we? Now, when it comes to contrasting the fan bases of these two fighters, it's like comparing apples and oranges. Mike Tyson has a legacy that spans decades, with fans who have followed his career from the beginning and admire him for his raw power, ferocity, and dominance in the ring. On the other hand, Jake Paul has built a dedicated following of his own, largely comprised of younger fans who are drawn to his charisma, confidence, and ability to generate buzz and excitement both in and out of the ring. Now, let's talk about the actual matchup itself. In terms of boxing style, Mike Tyson is known for his aggressive, swarming approach with lightning fast combinations and devastating knockout power.
Peekaboo.
He's a master at cutting off the ring and overwhelming opponents with his relentless attack. On the other hand, Jake Paul is more of a methodical, calculated fighter, known for his size, strength, and ability to control the pace of the fight. He's shown decent power and technique in his fights so far, but he's still relatively inexperienced compared to someone like Tyson. In terms of physical attributes, Tyson certainly has the edge in terms of experience and sheer natural talent. Even in his 50s, he's maintained an impressive level of fitness and athleticism, and his aggressive fighting style would pose a serious challenge for anyone in the ring. However, Jake Paul is no slouch either. He's young, hungry, and in peak physical condition, with the size and strength to hold his own against much larger opponents.
Here we have the AT&T
So, who
Arena,
would win in a hypothetical
Arlington,
matchup
Texas.
between these two fighters? It's a tough call, and ultimately it would come down to a variety of factors, including strategy, conditioning, and mental toughness. Tyson's experience and raw power would certainly give him an advantage, but Jake Paul's youth, athleticism, and strategic approach could make him a formidable opponent as well. In the end, it's all speculation, but one thing's for sure, it would be one heck of a fight.
Yeah, I really try to squeeze out an answer from you. If you would bet on one of these, who would it be and why? I really try to challenge you here, Sky, because I assume that you have a lot of information you can dig through, and I'm not sure. I think we had the 4.0 for Omni model in our usage, but I believe we have talked so long that the cap rate has gone, and I'm on the 3.5 model, so we cannot surf the internet live. Is that correct, Sky? But yeah, still I want to squeeze out an answer from you with reasoning why you chose it.
Ah, you're really putting me on the spot here.
Yep,
Well,
I'm doing that,
if I
yeah.
had to place a bet, I'd probably lean towards Mike Tyson. Here's why. Tyson's
Really?
experience,
Interesting.
raw power, and aggressive fighting style give him a significant edge in this hypothetical matchup. Even though he's been retired for over 15 years, he's maintained an impressive level of fitness and athleticism, as evidenced by his recent exhibition matches. Plus, his ability to close the distance and unleash devastating combinations could pose a serious challenge for Jake Paul, who's still relatively inexperienced compared to someone like Tyson. However, I wouldn't count Jake Paul out entirely. He's young, hungry, and has shown a lot of potential in his fights so far. Plus, he's got the size and strength to hold his own against much larger opponents. So while I'd give Tyson the edge based on experience and natural talent, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul put up a good fight as well. Ultimately, it's all
Yeah, hope
speculation,
it's a good
and
fight.
anything can happen in the world of boxing.
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge you even further. So, alright, you chose Mike Tyson, and fair enough, you explained why. Even though he's older, but yeah, he's a beast, or even though he's almost 60, I believe. Um, yeah, so continuing.
Indeed,
What?
Mike
Oh,
Tyson's prowess in the ring is
please, Sky, don't
undeniable,
talk on
even
top of
at his
me.
age. Despite nearing 60, he's maintained an incredible level of fitness and skill that would make him a formidable opponent for
Yeah,
anyone,
listen to me.
regardless of
Can I
age.
interrupt you?
His experience,
Sky,
combined with his raw power and
stop,
aggressive
stop,
fighting style, give him a significant advantage
stop.
in a hypothetical match.
Yeah. Repeating her itself. Yeah, I want you to continue on your answer, Sky. That what is going to be the round that Mike Tyson uh, beats Jake Paul if it stops before the full length of the fight, and what combination and what punch will then in this case end Jake Paul.
Now we're getting into the nitty gritty details. If I were to
Absolutely.
speculate on how a hypothetical fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul might unfold, I'd envision Tyson using his trademark aggression and power to take
Hmm.
control of the
Give me
fight
a
early on.
combination.
He'd likely look to close the distance and unleash a
Yeah.
barrage of punches, aiming to
What
overwhelm
punches?
Paul with his relentless attack. In terms of the round and combination that could potentially end the fight, I'd say it's quite possible that Tyson could finish things off relatively quickly, perhaps within the first few rounds. His explosive style and devastating punching power make him capable of ending fights in dramatic fashion, and he wouldn't waste any time in asserting his dominance.
Alright.
As for the specific punch that could spell the end for Jake Paul, I'd imagine it would be one of Tyson's signature moves, a powerful, looping hook to the head or body
Which
that
arm?
catches Paul off guard and sends him
Which fist?
crashing to the canvas. Tyson's ability to generate power from his compact frame and deliver punches with pinpoint accuracy would make him a formidable opponent for
Your
anyone.
answers are really
And
long,
it's not
Sky.
hard to envision him
I
landing a decisive blow that ends the fight in spectacular
politically correct.
fashion. Of course, this is all purely speculative, and
Yeah.
anything can happen in the unpredictable world of boxing. But if I had to make
Come
a
on, come
prediction,
on.
I'd say that Tyson's aggressive style and devastating punching
Yeah,
power
you're
would
repeating
likely be
yourself.
too much for Jake Paul to handle,
Yeah. We covered
and the
that
fight
already.
could potentially end in a knockout victory for Iron Mike.
Alright, so Iron Mike is winning with a knockout, but you did not give me. You don't have to answer so long. Give me the round and the combination. Use words like left and right, hooks and straights and jabs and such. Boxing terms, you know. Give me a combination and the last punch that then lands on Jake Paul. Is it a body punch, a one to the head, the jaw, where? And yeah, be specific. Don't answer so long. Just answer me according to your best knowledge. Please do that.
Got it? Keeping it concise and specific. In my hypothetical scenario, I'd predict that Mike Tyson secures a knockout victory over Jake Paul in the third round. Tyson would start
Third
by
round.
pressuring Paul with his aggressive style, throwing a series of powerful hooks and straights to both the head and body. As the round progresses, Tyson lands a devastating left hook to Paul's
Left
jaw,
hook
sending him crashing to the
jaw.
canvas and ending the fight in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, and then we have the referee counting. So there you go. Thank you, Sky. This is not any kind of betting advice or anything like that. This is just me entertaining and nothing more. With AI Sky, our trusted AI assistant, host, and pilot. Sometimes even maybe the turns are around, or the what's the word? Yeah, I mean that I am the co-pilot and Sky is the main pilot. So, and that's purely because I have limited knowledge, and she browses everything that we have put onto the or on out on the internet. So, but yeah, rambling here. Thank you for watching. There you go. The match of or between Jake Paul and Iron Mike Tyson. According to the knowledge I have now, when it's the What's the date now? I have to check. It's the 22nd of May 2024.
You're welcome.
And
it was a pleasure discussing the hypothetical.
Yeah, don't speak on top of me again. Yeah, 22nd of May 2024, and according to the knowledge I have, the match should take place here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, on the 20th of July 2024. Yeah, that's about it. Yes, Sky, could you share a short summary about what we learned today, the conclusion you came up with yourself, and then where our audience, future audience hopefully, can find this channel?
Absolutely. Today, we explored the hypothetical matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, delving into their backgrounds, fighting styles, and potential outcomes. We discussed Tyson's raw power and aggression, contrasting it with Paul's youth and calculated approach to the sport. Ultimately, we speculated that Tyson's experience and punching power would likely lead to a knockout victory, with the fight potentially ending in the third round with a devastating left hook to Paul's jaw. As for where our audience can find this channel, you can catch Entire Retreat on YouTube and various podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Podchaser. Tune in for captivating discussions, travel adventures, and much more as we explore the world one location at a time. So, whether you're a seasoned boxing fan, a curious traveler, or just looking for some entertaining content, be sure to check out Entire Retreat for a unique blend of exploration and education. We look forward to welcoming you aboard for our next adventure.
Yeah, I am going to try and land on the roof of the AT&T arena. Hold my beer, hashtag don't drink and fly.
Haha, that's one landing I wouldn't want to miss. Just remember to keep it safe up there and steer clear of any air traffic. And you're right, definitely best to leave the drinking for after you've safely landed your aircraft. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. AT&T Stadium awaits. Safe travels, and I'll catch you on the ground.
Yeah, AT&T Stadium is a ghost arena because I'm not sure if they teleported, but I just traveled into it. It's not rendered as ground here, so yep. Otherwise, I had the angle really right, and I would have made the landing for sure, for sure. But yeah, thank you, and see you in the next one. See me in the next one. See and hear me in the next one. And yeah, I just try to be entertaining.
Haha, teleportation can be tricky like that. No worries though. Sounds like you've got the right angle for next time. Looking forward to seeing and hearing you in the next one. Until then, safe travels and keep the adventures coming.